Good morning, everyone. This is Big Daddy Richard Reed from General Tres Cavite. I've got very good news. I picked up my ACR, my new Philippine ACR card and my stamp visa. I am officially a permanent resident visa holder in the Philippines. And today I want to go over the situation or the requirements it actually takes. I even got my computer out, so I'm going to be reading some from it. That way I do not give you any false information. And here we go. The number one thing you have to do is be married to a Filipino. You can be married here in the Philippines or in your home country, but you got to be married. It's got to be legal, and you need a copy of your original marriage certificate, certified marriage certificate. That's one. Number two is a notarized letter from your wife asking for the petition to be accepted and approved to the Commissioner of the Philippines. Pretty simple. Email me or ask a question. I'll give you a copy of mine. Mine was very simple. You need an a birth certificate of your Filipino citizen, and again, that's that's the one that comes from the main place here in Manila. It's got to be certified. It's got to be a copy of your passport and the information, the bio page. Plus, you need a printed out copy of the first day or the time that you come in here that you're legal to stay. In other words, you need a copy of the stamp, like the date that you came in, and then if you've already been extended, you need a copy of that. You also need a NBI clearance. If you've been here 6 months or more, you need a Philippine NBI clearance. If you've been here less than 6 months, you need a certified copy of a background check on you from your home country. I did that once, and I went to the sheriff department in California. They fingerprinted me. They run a background check, and it was good. But here in the Philippines, if you've been over 6 months, you need to go to the NBI office. It's very simple. Takes 2 trips, unless you're a senior. If you're a senior, only 1 trip. But then you put that and also the application form needs to be filled out completely. You need to put this in some type of order. The best thing I tell you to do is go to the immigration office, and they'll give you a checklist, and they'll tell you exactly, that checklist tells you exactly how they want it done. No different. If it's not done right, they'll make you do it right. It's a very simple process, but everything has to be done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they will let you know if you're wrong. Then what they'll do, the process takes less than a month. You turn that in, pay your fee. It's going to be less than $200. I think my first one was a probationary. It was around 8,000 pesos. That gives you the ACR card is paid for. Then that takes care of all the filing fees. Then what they'll do, once you pay your fees, they'll give you a interview date with a lawyer. It's very simple. They give you 2 dates. If you don't show up, you start over and you have to start paying your fees. But there with that lawyer, it was very simple. He talked about where I was from, what kind of work I did, about it, if we had children and such. He did ask, do we sleep together, or do we have sex? I mean, because we're supposed to be married, and that's his job to find out. Well, I've read or seen other YouTube posts says that you got to bring your proof of income. Well, he didn't ask me. The checklist doesn't show it. So what I did was I took a certified copy or a copy of my Social Security payout and then my retirement from my union. And he never asked a question. He asked me, am I capable of living here? And I said, yes, sir. And I told him what I made. I'm not ashamed of it. And he said, well, I think you can. He signed us off, and this was the first one. And it took about 2 months, a couple of trips to immigration, and then you'll finally see your name on the agenda that you're approved. Then you go back, you give them your passport. They give you a date to come back, which is one date, and then they tell you come back a different date for your ACR card. That's where I try to beat the system. I come back the date that I can get both of them. Just like, I went last year, I went on a Wednesday or a Thursday. I had my passport and my ACR card the same day, just like I did today. But anyway, that's for your first year of probationary ACR card. And here is my certified copy of my permanent visa. This is what they give me. He told me to keep it, so I'm going to put it someplace safe, maybe with the deed of our home. But this tells you what to do here too. For the permanent, once you've been here a year, you're going to go back and you'll reapply for your permanent visa. Same process, but this is a little bit different. This is a letter addressed to the commissioner that, petition. It's another petition letter saying that you want it, you want it approved. It's just, it's formality. Then another application form. So what I did is I took a copy of my first one, I kept it. That way I had all the information to do it the second time. Then you need a joint affidavit of continuous inhabitation. Judith and I, we started living together in 2013, so we went to an attorney. He says, tell me what, he put down the dates that we started living together, where we lived at, and up till the date that we got married, and it was notarized, and they accepted that. Again, they need a copy of your passport and the bio page and the last admission and authorized to stay stamp. You need another valid MBI clearance, simple. And it's got here Bureau of Immigration Clearance, but that wasn't required. I didn't have to do that. So anyway, that's my copy. My card is downstairs in my wallet. My passport, I don't know where it's at. No. Anyway, it's got it. Here's a copy of my card. In front and back. What this will do, this will keep you from going to the immigration to get a tourist stamp every 2 months, or however you do that. It'll also, you're able to get a loan for a car or a house. You can buy insurance. You get a little bit of benefits out of this card. And to me, just not going to immigration every 2 months to buy a stamped tourist card is well worth it, because in the long run, it's a lot more money than this card. It's just this card takes a little bit of effort. A little bit putting up with the way they do things here, which is okay. My wife and I, we left again this morning about 5 o'clock. We got there 2 hours before they open, or 1 hour before they open. I walked in at 8 o'clock exactly. I give them my little thing, my little recovery card for my passport. Since I didn't come on the 13th, my passport was on the top. No, he didn't have no problem finding it, because everybody else had done picked theirs up except for me. I signed for it. I was told to go upstairs to get my ACR card, and of course I went upstairs, and the officer in charge was not there, so we had to wait about 5 minutes until he come in, Filipino time. He congratulated me, give me my card. He took my old probationary card, congratulated me, give me this card. He says, I don't want to see you again except for 5 years, because this card has to be renewed every 5 years. The visa is permanent. There is no There is no date on it when it runs out. So, for me, this is great works. When you leave the country at the airport, you show them this card. What they're going to do, you got to pay a little bit more exit fee. But then when you come back, when you go through the immigration, you show them your card. You don't have to have a round trip ticket. You don't have to have a throwaway ticket like I used, and no hassle. They just, thank you, Mr. Reed, go on. So anyway, there we go for that. And here's the passport. It was underneath my computer. And there that is. That's hard work there. And again, it doesn't have any kind of a expiration date on it. It is permanent. Anyway, fellas, I hope you can use this. If you have any questions, I can show you a copy of my letters, my affidavit, my file. I keep a copy of everything. I run it through the copy machine, keep a copy, and that way for future reference, if I need it, I've always got it. But anyway, God bless. Thank you for watching. Hit subscribe and like. Thank you very much.